If I can fall in love with you, like a river flows surely to the sea.
And now, Brendan and Tara, because of the vows you have made to one another in the presence of these witnesses, and by the privilege given to me by the divine, the church, and the state of California, I pronounce you husband and wife. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you Brendan and Tara, husband and wife. Brendan, you may kiss your bride.
Surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. So take my hand, take my whole life too. For I am falling in love with you. Oh, I am falling in love with you.
Okay. I'd first like to acknowledge some very special people who have been able to attend. My mother, Frances Spillane. Where are you, Ma? And then, of course, my mother-in-law, Barbara Bosky, and her sister, her twin sister, Beverly. Marilyn McCarthy made the effort. And so here's to you, Marilyn. And of course, Kitty Rabina. I knew I had to please that table over there. So, anyway, and also to anyone who had to travel a good long way to get here, we really appreciate you being here. So, Tara Andrews, I've known her for a few years now. She's a great gal. Jimmy already told the story about how Brendan almost let her get away by not calling her back on the resume. Anyway, their working relationship grew into a true love story, and she's just something. Now, where is Tara? Oh, I can't see her. So I wrote down in here that she's extraordinarily beautiful, but I wrote that before I saw her. So I came up with a better term, and that's radiant. So that's self-evident, but there's some other things you should know about Tara. She's incredibly smart. She's self-assured, self-aware. She tackles challenges that arise and sees them through to the end. She applied herself along the way towards achieving her goals while at the same time working very hard at multiple jobs. We're so proud of you, Tara. Tara is kind, she is slow to anger, and she is quick to forgive. She conducts herself with a dignity and grace and lives her life with a quiet elegance that is a rare thing to behold. So Tara, I got to ask you, beauty, intelligence, work ethic, dignity, grace. Why this guy? Actually, I think I know the answer to that one. Brendan is my favorite son. Through the years, I've watched him grow. I've come to appreciate the qualities he has developed in part, or sometimes in spite of my influence. Brendan is kind, thoughtful, compassionate, and very personable. He is impeccably honest and the kind of person that can be trusted. No one can walk down the street with Brendan in Novato without having about a half a dozen people on every block high-fiving him and say, "Hey, Brendan, how you doing?" I've often thought that you should run for mayor. And I would like to announce, with that in mind, I would like to announce the candidacy of my son, Brendan. Where is he? Mayor of Novato. Brendan is a peacemaker. He's always there and ready to step in to defuse tense situations, no matter how big the guys are that are fighting. Brendan is very brave, and Tara, he will always protect you. Brendan is whip smart on his mother's side, and he can figure stuff out on the fly. Well, got to the wrong page.
What's that page say?
Brendan is loyal. If a friend falls on hard times, times when others are not apt, who are apt to abandon that person, Brendan remains true, and he's always there to pick that person up and try and get him back on the right path. Most of all, though, Brendan loves you very much. He loves you with all of his heart, all of his soul, all of his being. He will honor and respect you all the days of his life. So he's a pretty good guy. In closing, I'd like to paraphrase Corinthians 13.3 as a guidepost to that which is most important here. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast.
Yeah.
It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-serving. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails.
Amen.
So now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Never forget that. Never lose that. Always cherish the love that you share. To Mr. and Mrs. Tara Spillane and Brendan Spillane, I and all of us here wish you the very best in your lives together.
I am truly honored. Here, I'll speak really loudly. Sorry, I'm nervous. I want to say thank yous. I know that a lot of people had their hand in this wedding. They helped out. They were there for everybody. Paula and Jim have just been spectacular. So I wanted to just say some thank yous. Yes, I mean, really, it's a labor of love. It takes a village. So I met Tara as an adult. We both had the good fortune to tell the same friend, just one friend, but the same friend, that we were in need of a roommate or room to rent. So Tara literally walked into my life, into my apartment. My roommate at the time was there, and she instantly made an inappropriate joke. I was mortified, and Tara burst out giggling. And it was that moment that I knew that Tara and I were really going to be friends. So she moved in. And it didn't take long for me to realize that not only were we friends, but we were truly kindred spirits. We laugh at the same lame jokes. Sorry, we laugh at the same lame things. We make the same ridiculous jokes. And we always have a good time together. We had an instant connection. She is one of the kindest, funniest, most caring people I have ever met. Brendan once said to Tara that he loved it when she hung out with me because she always came home happier. And I could not feel more the same. Even if we weren't celebrating a happy event, we were helping each other through a hard time or a sad time, I always felt better after spending time with Tara. I felt like I was grounded, in the moment, present, and she truly feeds my soul. So Tara's been living with me for a few months, and she maybe said that there's this cute boy at work. She mentioned him kind of in passing, but she was not going to date a coworker, let alone her manager. Valentine's Day rolls around. She's going on, I call them not a dates. I guess she told Pooch they're fake dates, but same, not a date. Her and the cute boy at work had a not date on Valentine's Day to a paint your own ceramic studio. So I know you've all heard about this plate. Tara comes home with a plate that's not big enough to use as a plate, but not small enough to use as anything else, really. And it was not a date. And I asked her a few weeks in, after trying to find a use for this hand-painted work of art, Brendan, and I said, are we keeping this? Is this something we're keeping? And I did not get the sentence out before she snatched it out of my hands, held it to her chest, and looked at me like I had lost my mind, asking me, why would we get rid of that plate? And that's when I knew that was absolutely a date. So now I have a brand new friend, sister, confidant, and Brendan. I love Brendan at first meet. I mean, what's not to love? And I have all sorts of stories that I'm going to not include in this speech. But I really knew I loved Brendan when Tara came home one day and said that he makes enough mimosas to put in a thermos for football Sunday so that he doesn't have to get out of his recliner to make a new mimosa. And I was like, that's my man. Yeah. I think there was a name for it. It was a man-mosa. What? Bro-mosas. So, note to self.
That's the machine.
Yeah, a machine. Yeah, I'm behind that. So over the years, watching Brendan and Tara together, it became clear to me that not only were they in love, but they are best friends. The way that they look at each other, speak to each other, treat each other, laugh with each other, and support each other is inspiring. I don't know what the future holds for these two, but I do know that whatever the universe throws at them, they will tackle it hand in hand and side by side. I could not be happier that one of the most special people in my life has found the most special person in her life. Cheers to you two.
Really perfect tonight. You've made my best friend the happiest person in the world. So thank you. For those of you I haven't met, I'm Vinny Pacetti. Brendan and I have been best friends for ultimately our entire lives. From our kindergarten naps to park and rec and CYO basketball. Coach, Big Mike Puccinelli, where are you? Thank you. Those are some weird years. Our intense wiffle ball games at Haverhill Court. And of course getting chased by the cops out of the dead house. Stride for stride, Brendan's been there. And we've been inseparable. Literally almost to the point where our ladies think it's a little weird. One thing you'll quickly learn being Brendan's friend is that he's a very interesting creature. He's very particular and specific when it comes to certain things. Anyone who's ever gone to lunch with him could attest to this. It's, can I get this with that? But without this, but I want to add that. You know, creating his own entree, and you just kind of sit there like, okay, pal. But, you know, he's a picky guy, but he likes what he likes, and he's not going to change now. So when Brendan first told me that he met a girl named Tara, I knew that she had to have been up to, you know, Brendan's liking. So when I asked him, like, where they met, and he said she works at Moylan's, I was a little confused because I thought I met everybody at Moylan's because I was there so often. But a few too many Tipperaries and kilt lifters could fog up your memory. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, so one day, me and Brendan had one of our infamous due dates planned, and told me to come in a little bit early to Moylan's to officially meet Tara. And so I get there, and Brendan's still working behind the bar. I believe Tara just got off shift, so he introduces us, and we're engaging in small talk. Like, obviously, first thing I know is she's extremely gorgeous. I'm like, there you go, pal. And so we're engaging in small talk. It doesn't take long to figure out that she's a hell of a lot smarter than him. So he's just going. We're talking. He's behind the bar, and throughout the whole time, I just keep catching his eye, and he's giving you that Brendan grin, that devilish grin, that nod in his head, just basking in all the glory. And I just kept thinking of one question, So, the time goes on. Tara finally says, "I got to call it a night." Brendan, being the gentleman that he is, walks her out to her car. He comes up to me. He's pumped. He hits me. "Hey, so what do you think, pal?" No hesitation. I'm like, "Great job. You outpunted your coverage with her. And he's just cheek to cheek grin. He's oozing ego at this point. So I go, "Hey, no, but in all seriousness, Brendan," and that's gone. Curiosity is now on his face, and I'm like, all seriousness, hey, I got a question. Like, I was talking with her, great girl, but there's something that's just been circling my mind. Is she taller than you? This guy's jaw damn near hit the floor. And a few profanities. The answer was no. I'm a half inch taller than her. And I still think that half inch is still up for debate. But despite the fact that Brendan didn't find my joke very amusing, I could tell how excited he was when, he wanted to introduce me to her. And there was something special in the way that he felt about her. So, Tara, you truly are one of a kind. You're compassionate, you're witty, you're easygoing, you're extremely understanding. You mean the world to Brendan, and every time the guy talks about his girl T-Baby, he lights up. Literally, I can't harp on that enough. And I literally speak on behalf of all of our friends, on how understanding you are about, we're a very tight-knit group. We could be a little overbearing, but you loan him out to us, and he's the glue to all of our goons. I promise you, he is the reason why we are all still friends, and we all still talk and see each other day in, day out. And I know deep down inside you wish you could loan him out a lot more. So we'll take him. But as proud as I am as Brendan for finding Tara, the same goes for her. Tara, you literally will not find a more hardworking and loyal person in your entire life. I'm up here because he had slim pickings, obviously, but throughout any hardship, Brendan has been there for me. He's always stood true, and he's always been a very trustworthy person. He's just literally just a salt of the earth human being, and I love him for that. He is my best friend. You literally have no doubt in your husband, because he's the best. He really is, and I love him. All right. I'm proud of you too. I'm happy for you. I'm honored and excited to be a part of your guys' day and your life. It's gonna be a trip. I'm excited for you guys' future. I love you guys, and I wish you both a life full of health, love, and happiness. So, by the way, this flask, everybody, it says "Best Man."
I love you, Brendan. The best day ever. You're my love, my life. So many. Hey, baby.